Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Finding Hope Along the Journey, a caregiver's guide to managing life, chaos, and everything in between. My name is Valerie Bushline. I am your host, and I am a spinal cord injury caregiver for my husband. He was injured in 2020. And yes, I'm in my van. So, maybe to bring everybody up to speed. So I am, full-time caregiver for my husband, and then after the accident I started a business as kind of a side hustle just to get me out of the house a little bit, to help other people. So I operate a wheelchair accessible transportation service. We're a private pay kind of thing for people in our community, and then I do some moonlighting as a Lyft driver on the side as well. So I stay rather busy, but this tends to be my quiet time. So when I film these episodes, it is generally I'm in between a transport, or it's the weekend and I have somebody that I take out once a week on the weekend. So this is my quiet time if we get that. So yeah, so I kind of wanted to do a quick review on a trip to California that we took recently. We decided 2 years of surviving was not enough. We decided to live again, and we rebooked our trip through Carnival Cruise Line. We took the Carnival Radiance out of Long Beach, California, out to Catalina Island, and then Ensenada, Mexico, and then a day at sea, and then back to California. So for this episode, I just kind of want to go over a few things, because at this point in our situation, for us, we've kind of found a norm. Every day we got to go through the same thing. It's all of that same stuff that we had in the beginning when the injury happened, but also like it's a little more fluid. We've found our groove, and so this traveling thing was going to be a new adventure for us. So that was the part that I kind of wanted to review. So it was scary because for those that haven't watched any videos before, my husband's a paraplegic. So from about the chest level down, no sensation, very limited motor control because he's an incomplete spinal cord injury. So hope that there is some return eventually going to happen, but right now he still uses a Permobile M3 power chair, uses a slide board to transfer in and out of bed, to the wheelchair and back. And overall pretty much does really well throughout his day of just managing things, but there's a lot of stuff that I still have to take care of regarding like bowel and bladder kind of stuff. So that all, I share that with you because that all comes into play whenever you finally do decide that, hey, we want to get out and do some things, camping or traveling or just getting out of the house. There's a lot that we as caregivers have to plan for. So things that I had to look for when we were taking our trip to California. So it's kind of, this is going to be like a little bit of a 3-point series inside of this little episode here. First off, Long Beach, California. I know there's a lot of things going on with the city where they're improving accessibility and all, but while we were there, it really wasn't that good, you guys. It was meh. It was fair at best. The sidewalks down there were just they were kind of sketchy. You had like a electric pole in the middle of a sidewalk. At one point, Chris actually had to leave the sidewalk to go out into the street to be able to get down the road because the city had put a trash can right next to a bus stop and it totally blocked the sidewalk. So he was not able to get through that area. Had to go off into the street to be able to get there. Lots of potholes, lots of broken sidewalks, a lot of stuff under construction, true, but I think there's room for improvement there. So if I had to give you a gauge, 4 out of 10. That's my rating for Long Beach as far as their accessibility goes. Definitely a little bit of a challenge, so it is what it is. So Long Beach, let's go. Let's see some improvements, okay? Up next, Motel 6. We stayed at the Motel 6 in Long Beach, California. We requested a fully accessible room, and we received a fully accessible room. As far as everything in the room was concerned, everything met our needs. The bed was a great height. Chris actually didn't need to use his slide board in order to transfer in and out of bed with the wheelchair. Once I got him to a sitting position, the bed was perfect height, perfect firmness as far as the mattress was concerned, that where it didn't just like squish into where, you know, he could use it for some support to get over. Still soft enough to sleep on, but firm enough for somebody to perform those transfers without too big of an issue. So the bathroom was amazing because it was large. It was very large, had wide doorways. The sink, you were able to roll under the sink. Toilet had grab bars surrounding it, so safe. The flooring itself was all tile, and then they had the 2 big drains in the middle of the floor. So one kind of in the middle of the floor, and then one back over by the shower area. That was all a great setup. Plenty of room for the wheelchair to go around. You know, pretty much the standard is like 5 foot by 5 foot to make sure that you have enough space in that area for a wheelchair to make a full turn. They definitely met that requirement. The only thing we were bummed about, and I preface with the fact that I've already spoken with Motel 6, both at the front desk and also online on their customer service is phenomenal actually. So they assured us that somebody would be going in as soon as we were, you know, leaving, but we had a shower bench in there. There was like a, you know, just a wood slat shower bench for somebody to sit on that's about wheelchair height. Unfortunately, ours was kind of like coming out of the wall. The bolts were like coming loose out of the wall, so we did not use that shower bench, but we made things happen with our manual chair. We take a manual chair with us just in case, and Chris was able to use that for his showers, and it worked out perfectly fine. But again, like I said, they're working on it. From what I understand from the front desk was that they really don't have anybody that comes through and uses that room that really needs that full accessibility. Therefore, nobody had reported it before us that, you know, it needed some repairs done. So it is what it is. So overall though, because of the fact that like Motel 6, as soon as I messaged them, they were on it. They were like, let us know, where'd you stay, what's the address, we'll get on somebody that, you know, right away, get to that. So that in itself I think is amazing customer service wise, and it's definitely a safety issue, so they're gonna get on it. So I'd give that about a 7.8 out of 10, somewhere in there. You know, really it was addressed, so overall a great stay. And then, you know, as far as the cruise goes, I'm gonna have a video separate to that, as just kind of highlighting the accessible features of that particular ship that we took. So we took the Carnival Radiance, and I will talk about that in another video, but Carnival, amazing job for accessibility, like just phenomenal. I mean, if we needed anything, they were there. It was great. Port accessibility, shout out to Hani over at the Beach Life on YouTube. He puts together videos for first timers that are coming into the Long Beach area, so he makes it super easy, shows you all the breakdown of what you're gonna do when you get to the port. I researched those like crazy because, as I said, I wanted to be as prepared as possible and know what I was going to be facing in those areas. So thank you so much for having such detailed videos and just showing where everything was at, because it made my life so much simpler when we got there. Port accessibility, fantastic. Elevator there, plenty of parking for handicapped users. Let's see, what else would I say about that? Oh, I mean, just the process. Like, when, of course, you know, when you come into the area and you got to go through all the checks and everything, we were in line with everybody. Once we got through that process, it's pretty much like TSA at the airport. Once you get through that process, there was somebody from Carnival every step of the way, like, hey, come over here. Let's get through this way. Let's go this way so that it's less busy, so you can get the wheelchair through more easily. Walked us to the elevator. You know, we went up, came across the bridge, got on the ship. I mean, I stressed so hard about what this trip was going to look like and what it was going to be to get on, and they made it so easy. So easy. As a caregiver, that matters, okay? That really does matter. So, thank you, Carnival. I appreciate you. And we've already booked our next cruise because we were so impressed, so I appreciate it. Also, Amare was our room steward, and our travel chair did not come in time for our trip. We had one that was supposed to be coming to the house, did not come. And And I asked him the second morning we were on the ship, like, hey man, you know, I know we didn't ask about this, but do you have anything on the ship? And he was like, no problem, let me go check. Okay. We went to breakfast, came back like maybe 45 minutes later, and there was already a chair in the room. So, I mean, just made every bit of the trip so much easier. The overview video that I plan on doing later will kind of highlight a little bit more. We did have, at the Catalina Island stop, we did have to take a water shuttle from the ship to the shore. I will tell you all about that. And even here, I'll tell you, it was really a simple process that I thought was going to be a lot harder than it was. So it was great. 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned. Carnival is doing everything right with accessibility. If anybody has any different opinion on that, you know, just drop a comment in the section. If you have not already liked and subscribed to the channel, please do. That way we can get some more accessibility stuff featured here. You know, that's truly what we're doing here, is just kind of sharing our story a bit so that we can make sure that people who are just starting on their journey as a caregiver know that there's still life to live out here. You can't just shut down and not do anything for the rest of your time here on Earth. You know, you really, there's things that are out there that you can do. And in this case, like, for example of what I just shared with you, like, I worried and fret so hard on what this trip was going to look like, and it went so easy, and it was nice. I could relax. It was great. It was great. We had a great time, and like I said, we've already booked our next trip. It'll be a little bit longer, so of course we'll be sharing that one as well. You know, I appreciate everybody for watching, listening, and you know, if you got a caregiver in your life, please tag them, share the page with them so that we can all be here together and support each other, uplift with our experiences, and you know, just be there for each other. That's really what we need to do. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, but otherwise I'll see you guys on the next video. Y'all take care, be safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Talk to you later. Bye.